Hello everyone. So today I'm trying to make a rope in Unity. So what is my approach to make a rope? So let me discuss my approach in order that I am using in order to make a rope. So my rope would have these spheres as the basic element in it. And what I would do is, let's say I took this sphere, this one sphere, and I would give it a tag of row part and okay, so every component of this row would have a row part. Every component of this rope would have row part as its tag. Okay, every component of this row part would have row part as its tag. And and okay, if you click on this row part, you would see a hinge joint. So why I used a hinge joint? So when I would run this application, I what I did is this, and the other connected body which is being connected to our spare would run across the x-axis, or would run around the x-axis. Okay, so let's say, or as you can see, the lower body is connected to the upper body. When I try to move the top body, it would, the other object or the other sphere on down the line would also try to rotate around x-axis. And this is the thing, and this is what I wanted to achieve. And what would happen is, now this another sphere, this other sphere which is rotating, it will also have another sphere. It would have also have one of the sphere that is connected to it down the line. And the rope would be the mesh that it would cover this these what do we call this, these spheres. It would connect these spheres. So on the top sphere, I on the top we have one sphere. Inside the bottom we have another sphere that is connected to the top, to the sphere on the top. And that's how the things are going on. They are connected by hinge joint, and hinge joint is trying to rotate around x-axis. So this is the thing that you will understand. Now what I want to do is, while runtime, you would be able to extend and create new sphere of this rope. So let's say you click down the line over here and you just try to drop downwards. So what will happen? And you try to drop downwards. So what would happen is, new sphere would generate. New sphere would generate. It would be created, and like this. So this sphere would be clicked, and the new sphere would come or protrude out of the sphere, and like this. So what is my approach is, my approach is, I would send a raycast from here towards this. I would send a raycast towards this row part, and whenever it would hit that row part, its center coordinates or its position coordinate would be stored within it would be stored within the newly within, let's say, a vector 3. And whenever, and let's say, so first of all I clicked on it. So it's like, okay, you clicked on a rope. I may have a boolean variable that would state that, okay, you hit on a row part, and I try to extend, and then from there, you know I would try to drag from this location. I would try to drag towards the bottom. From this location I would try to drag towards the bottom. What would happen is, when I would try to drag towards the bottom, it would see that, hey, it is no longer hitting the row part. It is no longer hitting the row part, but you have previously hit the row part. So the location, so the coordinate of the previous row would be saved, and this and I would try to see whether the distance is, because from this you can see this is at y equals 4, and the other sphere is at y equals 3.8. So the third sphere would be at 3.6. So I'm like, if you are at this, if certainly your the mouse point position is hitting, or it is going down, and it is trying to hit, so I would try to find the intersection point at this, and if that is equal, if it has the distance of 0.2 compared to the just previous sphere, if it would have like 3.6 compared to the previous, like it would have a distance of 0.2 compared to the previous sphere, what it would do is it would create a new sphere, and it would create a and it would connect the previous sphere's hinge joint with a new one. Okay, so the previous objects would be an anchor point for this new row. That's how I'm trying to do the stuff. The other thing that can be observed is its z coordinate is kind of deviating. Its y coordinate is also kind of deviating, but its x coordinate remains stationary or remains common. What I would do from here is I would try to make the anchor point of the I would try to make the anchor point of this sphere on which I'm clicking. I would try to make this sphere's center point to be an anchor to the next sphere that would be created. And that's how I would try to manipulate it. Let's see how I am able to recreate it.